What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Now, this is definitely a first for my channel. I don't ever recall a time where a fight was announced in the same day I did the Boxing Ego official prediction. But that is happening right now. So, in case you haven't heard, Amir Khan versus Chris Algieri is official for May 29th at the Barclays Center in New York, and it will be presented by Premier Boxing Champs on Spike TV. Now, I told you guys before when Amir Khan first announced it, and then he kind of retracted and said, "Hey, it's not a done deal yet," but it was a done deal, or the deal finished at the very least, and I wasn't a fan of it then. Nothing has changed. The only thing that I do like about it, and this is just reaching, is the fact that it's on Spike TV. And the first card that I seen on Spike TV, Andre Berto with Josecito Lopez, that particular card, I like the setup. I like the visuals, the production value. Antonio Tarver, I think, did a good job commentating, and I like that commentary crew. Probably better than the Premier Boxing Champs. And I love Sugar Ray Leonard to death. I don't know what it is. He's definitely one of my favorites, but him as a commentator, I just feel like something's missing. I can't put my finger on it. I don't know exactly what it is, but his commentary just doesn't move me the same way as some other commentators. But back to the fight, Amir Khan versus Chris Algieri. This is my prediction, and again, I'm able to come up with a prediction very easily, early. I don't have to think about it. I don't have to wait months, but this is my prediction. I predict Amir Khan will definitely win. It's going to be either by TKO or by decision. Now, Chris Algieri showed some good toughness versus Manny Pacquiao, getting up multiple times. He's in good conditioning. So I'll say I would favor a decision, but a TKO, like a stoppage off cuts or something, is definitely not out of the question in my book. So the reason why I know in my heart, I really feel, unless it's some bullshit, that's the thing with boxing. You never know with little weird decisions and bad scorecard. If it's none of that type of controversial politics stuff, I handily expect Amir Khan to deal with Chris Algieri. And the reason is very simple. I look at patterns, and Amir Khan, he's hard to outbox. He steals rounds. He looks good. He has things that are easy to score. I mean, I remember he fought Devin Alexander. The first round, he threw like a crazy fast combination, and it was jarring Devin Alexander's head back like bap bap bap. And then Devin Alexander's head looked like a fucking bobblehead or Pez dispenser or something like that. So those are easy. It's easy to score rounds like that for him just because it's flashy when he's doing it. You know what I'm saying? And Chris Algieri just lacks so much. And this is not even a diss to Chris Algieri. He seems like a likable cat. But Chris Algieri, he lacks too many things. No amateur background, which is in most cases needed. He doesn't have the big fight experience in terms of like he fought Pacquiao, but he got washed by Pacquiao. He fought Ruslan Provodnikov. He showed his grit, but some people thought Ruslan won that fight. So what I mean is he doesn't have like a big fight win, like a victory. Emmanuel Taylor, who Broner also beat, you know what I'm saying? And we haven't really heard much from him since. So, I mean, Emmanuel Taylor, yeah, he beat Kareem Mayfield. He lost to Broner and he lost to Algieri. So like in the grand scheme of things, he's a solid guy, but he's not somebody like you don't hear many people talking about him like, yo, I gotta watch this guy's next fight. You know what I'm saying? Would you rank a guy like Emmanuel Taylor over Lamont Peterson after seeing his performance, after seeing his resume over the years? No, you wouldn't. And if you do, like, please explain how you would rank Emmanuel Taylor. So again, I think there's good fights for Chris Algieri. This one doesn't really suit him, especially coming off of a loss. You're off of a loss. You're going up a new weight division, and Chris Algieri, he got guts, he got balls, but that's not going to win you fights. You know what I mean? The fact of the matter is, Amir Khan does good against boxers, and he's easy to score for because he's flashy in doing it because he has incredible hand speed, and ultimately, you've seen what happened with Pacquiao, and you're no longer undefeated. Even though, if you, this is the thing, a little ego fun fact. Do you know Chris Algieri fought every single one of his pro fights at home minus Pacquiao? So leading up to that, every single fight he was in was in New York. A lot of people are like, oh, Andre Ward, he always fights in Oakland. False. I live out here. He does fight in Oakland often, but sometimes he fights in San Jose. Sometimes he fights in California. He fought the Super Six in New Jersey. So at the very least, if you look at Andre Ward's resume, you're going to see primarily fights in California, but it's not only going to be fights in California. Like I said, the Super Six tournament was in New Jersey, but that's not the case with Chris Algieri. Every single fight that he has had as a pro was in New York, so giving him the hometown advantage. And this Amir Khan fight is no different, and that's really the only advantage that I see him bringing in. But then when you boil that down, it's not really an advantage because Amir Khan has way more experience, both as an amateur, being a silver medalist, and also as a pro. He has way more big fight experience. He fought Maidana and had some tough rounds towards the end and managed to come out with the victory. He fought guys like Victor Ortiz in the amateurs. He's fought guys like just a ton of different people, Devin Alexander, Paulie Malignaggi, and a lot of like high-ranking, high-caliber former champions or world champions or just guys who were, top 10 guys in his division at that time. And that plays a huge part. Chris Algieri doesn't have that type of experience like Amir Khan. Like I said, Amir Khan's a silver medalist, and even as a pro, he fought Marco Antonio Barrera and incredible names. Danny Garcia, he fought all of these guys. And this was Danny Garcia before he started looking as suspect. And Amir Khan was holding his own at first in those early rounds. So I don't see him really even having a crowd. I mean, like I said, he can have all the people in the crowd he wants, but the crowd can't fight for you. And the fact of the matter is, I look at patterns. You look at patterns, Amir Khan has balls. He fought Lamont Peterson, and a lot of people thought he won that fight, but he was robbed in that fight or whatever. And he fought Lamont Peterson in D.C. So a UK fighter fighting, and he was the champion. He went all the way to D.C. as champion to fight Lamont Peterson. So, I mean, that tells you right there, Amir Khan has heart to be a champion and fight a challenger in the challenger's hometown. And again, it was a close fight. Some people said Peterson, some people said Khan. Nonetheless, it was close. And same thing with Paulie Malignaggi. Paulie Malignaggi's from Brooklyn. Amir Khan's first fight in the States, he fought Paulie Malignaggi in New York. You know what I'm saying? So when I see stuff like that, I don't think, and based on what Amir Khan showed me pattern-wise, it doesn't really look like he gives a shit where he fights. That's not really, you know what I mean? He that doesn't really affect him. You know what I'm saying? So I don't even see that being the supreme advantage for Chris Algieri based on the fact that I've seen Amir Khan go to people's backyards. He doesn't just fight in England. You know what I mean? He fought D.C. against Peterson. He fought Malignaggi in New York, and he looked good in both of those fights. Like, you know what I mean? He did his own thing, and a lot of people thought he won the Peterson fight if it hadn't been for the 2-point deduction and things like that. So that's my thing. I don't really think that's a supreme advantage, and that's really the only advantage that I see Chris Algieri going in with. He's with the new trainer, some people are going to say, but that new trainer shit is overrated because it takes time to get somebody else to, if you've been working under, it's like having a manager. If you have a manager and they tell you to stock the shelves at Target this way, and that's how you do it, and they're like, oh, I want you to price this shelf and then put all the price labels up, right? And they had you do it this way, then that manager goes on, gets promoted, gets fired, and you get a totally different guy. They might have some whole different method. You get another guy or girl to manage you that was different. They have a different managing style. They're not going to, they might want you to do this last or do this first, or I want you to put the signs up like this, and you know what I mean, put them in these little plastic sleeves. There's all kinds of different shit. And that's no different with fighters. You don't just go to a new trainer, oh, I'm healed. Like, you know what I'm saying? This ain't one of them evangelist church programs where you just get touched and you're healed and all kinds of shit. You have to get that person's system down. You've seen Amir Khan did it. Virgil Hunter, when he was with him, he looked like the same as Khan. When he fought Carlos Molina, he looked like the same Khan. It was just he was in with the guy who was a non-puncher. And then when he fought Julio Diaz, he looked like the same Khan to me. It wasn't until like the Luis Collazo and the last fight with Devin Alexander where Amir Khan, to me, showed signs of improvement. Like, okay, he's making better decisions when under pressure. But again, it wasn't against a hard puncher. So this fight is meaningless to me. You know what I'm saying? Beating Chris Algieri, who just lost, and is in the lower division doesn't prove that Amir Khan is the best welterweight at all. You know what I mean? By a long shot. You can call me crazy, but I would rather see Amir Khan fight Victor Ortiz. There's more entertainment value. At the very least, you know Victor Ortiz has crazy interviews. He's a big dude. He's in shape. He's a southpaw. And what I like about that is they have a better backstory. They fought in the amateurs. Amir Khan beat him in the amateurs. And at the very least, Amir Khan has some level of risk because Victor Ortiz is a big dude. He's off of one win, so he's not off a loss like Chris Algieri. And Victor Ortiz possibly has the power, even though I would probably favor Khan just because he has it better up top mentally. Victor Ortiz could change things with his power. You know what I'm saying? We do know this. Victor Ortiz is a strong kid. So even if he's down, he might be able to turn things around. Plus, he's more branded. He's fought Mayweather. He's fought Berto. People know his fights, and he's in the Expendables. People know him, I would say, a bit more than Chris Algieri. So even though that doesn't really prove much at welterweight either, it's still a fight where Amir Khan should win based on Victor Ortiz's mental lapse, but he's with the new trainer. They have an amateur background. It's a better selling fight. And at the very least, he's fighting an actual welterweight. Someone who could probably even fight at 154 if he wanted to. He's a big dude. Versus Mayweather, he rehydrated to like 165, 168 or something crazy. So, you know what I mean? To me, that's even more of a gamble. He's off of a win, beat Manny Perez last fight, and he has the power to change things. Like he could be down, and he has the power to get Amir Khan's respect. To me, Chris Algieri doesn't have that. So if he's getting outboxed and it's the 9th round, then he's fucking losing the fight. You know what I'm saying? And historically, Amir Khan has always done well against boxers. Name one boxer, someone who just purely boxed. Even Lamont Peterson. Lamont Peterson mixes it up. He doesn't just box. He boxed more versus Danny Garcia, but sometimes he brawls, and that's what he did in the Amir Khan fight. That's why that was competitive. But if you look at the guys who are just known for little power, not much on the power side, but boxers, he destroys them. He looks real good. You know what I mean? The guys like McCloskey who aren't big punchers and, you know what I mean, just basic boxers. Guys like Paulie Malignaggi, guys like Devin Alexander, Luis Collazo. He looks really good against that type of opposition. So to me, it doesn't really prove much where Amir Khan's at welterweight. To me, it's a stay busy fight, but I think they could have at least picked a welterweight for a stay busy fight. So that's my official prediction. Amir Khan all the way. No way he loses this particular fight unless it's on some bullshit. Let me know what you guys think. Is Chris Algieri the golden one and the golden child where he's going to do this miraculous shit you guys see? Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like my video. As always, hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video, it's Ego signing off.